The disciples were quite worried after the rich young ruler came and left, weeping, because he was so rich. Jesus said, "Give everything you have to the poor and follow me." And instead of following Jesus, he went away sad, for he was very rich. And Jesus said, it's easier for a camel to enter through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to get saved. Let's look at it, say it maybe a different way. For somebody who trusts in themselves, it's easier for the most preposterous thing to happen than for somebody who doesn't need God to say that he does. For somebody who is self-sufficient to say that he isn't. So, why is this here? This is here for us to hide in our heart, to ponder its depths and its truths, so that we can understand we're not an accident. Our salvation was not just a fortuitous event. No, we often say how we were on the mind of Christ when he was on the cross. When he was on the cross, I was on his mind. Well, we were on his mind a long time before that. He went to the cross because you were already on his mind. And that's what this is intended for us to understand, before the world was put into motion, the kingdom was prepared. Before the creation existed, the people were chosen. Before anything ever took place, the Lamb was slain. So that we would know when we finally came into this life, when we professed Christ, when we're walking through this world as Christians, and it looks so dark, it looks so bleak, we can look at the cross and see the light of Christ shining from eternity past to eternity future and into our lives presently. What God set into motion before the foundation of the world has now been manifested to you, for you, to bless you, to save you, to redeem you. And this is why we should be a joyful people who, as Peter says, who through him believe in God, who raised him, Jesus, from the dead and gave him glory, so that your faith and your hope are in God. And someone who has faith and hope in God is someone who will have a joyful life no matter what comes their way, because they know, just as my salvation is in his hand, and no one can pluck me out of his hand, so is everything else. He is in charge, he is in control, and I can simply bow before my King and say, not my will, but yours be done.